Hello, hello, hello. Hello. That went weird. My camera's just gone. My big camera has just gone off. So that's different. Just as the live stream started up. I hope it's okay. I hope it hasn't broken, because then I will be in trouble. It seems to be not working. Okay, well, we can do the stream using this camera. Can't we? Can we? I don't know. It's not very good. I've not got it. No, this is not working. I need. This is pure technical tomfoolery. I wonder why it's gone wrong. I wonder what is happening. I do believe. Okay. I'll put it. Is that good? Let's see if I can fix it. Maybe the power thing's gone down. This is exciting. Oh, it does feel hot though. Oh dear, I hope I haven't broken it. I hope it ain't fucked. Oh dear. Let's get it out. I've got one of these power adapter things that go into it. So maybe I'll get it out. Well, that feels warm. Feels rather warm. Oh, it does feel warm in there. I don't know if I've got the battery. Have I got the battery? We'll try it with the battery. Oh well. Well, this is exciting, isn't it? That's it. That's it. It was just feeling a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. Where's the? It was just feeling a little bit under the weather. It was just feeling a little bit squiffy. There we go. There you go. Put your back on the thing. There we go. Hey. Oh. Are you feeling all right now? Are you feeling all right? Oh, there we go. It's not broken. It's fixed. It was just feeling a little bit squiffy. But we do have more cameras than you can wave a stick at, because I've got about 3 extra webcams here that I've collected over the years. But anyway, Bjorn's in. It's Bjorn. That was a bit of a weird start, wasn't it? I didn't like that. That was very strange, wasn't it? Very odd. But we're here now. Very, very weak dilute drink. For I do get a bit dry. You get a bit dry with all the talking. Can you hear me at the back? That's the question. And I'm back. Well, I've never been anywhere. It was just the camera went a bit wobbly, but we got there in the end, you know. Oh, did we actually lose? Yeah, it went a bit wobbly, but we fixed it. We fixed it. A dog cam? Well, she's not in here. She's elsewhere. Rene's in. He wasn't in last week. He wasn't in. He was obviously out having a good time. That's not right. Why should everybody else have a good time when I'm having a miserable time? Glad to see you, Mr. Watermelon. Hope you're keeping well. Hope you're all keeping well. Whoever's watching. Are you all well? And if you're not well, I don't want to know. I don't want to. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. So What should we talk about? I don't know. I haven't got a clue. Has anyone got any ideas? What to talk about? No? Anyone? No? Anyone got any topics they want to go over? Ping. Okay. What have we got? Andrew's in. When he says, I want a small holiday in Amaland. It's all right, isn't it? And Bjorn adds, last week I watched the Eurovision. Yeah, I'm traumatised. Well, yeah, that's not good, is it? But hey, it's good to see Israel got fifth. Yay! Everyone was cheering on Eurovision. Israel in the Eurovision, wasn't they? No, just me then. Okay then. I didn't watch it. We dipped in. Because of iPlayer, you can kind of fast forward. You can rewind it and fast forward. So we came in late and kind of fast forward all the performances, and then for the voting, let it drift off. It wasn't. I didn't think it was particularly good. Andrew says, Darren, did you see the Jean-Michel Jarre Brian May concert? Yes, I did see it. Was that on Sunday night, wasn't it? Again, I wasn't live. I was about an hour behind because I forgot it was on. I was watching something else, and yeah, it was interesting. It was very good to see or hear Brian May perform Dvorak's New World Symphony. I was thinking of doing a review of it, but then I thought nobody cares. But no, it was all right. I mean, the Jean-Michel Jarre stuff. I think the MIDI sequencer did an awful lot of the heavy lifting there. You know, he just like presses a button and it goes beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop. Will they put it on vinyl CD? Probably. Why not? Squeeze more money out of you lot. Why not? Beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop boop. Ooh. But yeah. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Jordan asks, have you seen the remastered Let It Be film on Disney Plus? Not yet. I keep meaning to, but I think after watching Get Back, I feel like I've seen it. I've seen it already, but I have seen it. I saw it years ago. Again, I couldn't remember when it was. It was in the early 80s. Somebody actually told me. He's told me when it was last broadcast on British television. I think it was around 1981, and I watched it then. I remember coming away from it going, what was that? I wasn't like overly impressed with it. But no, I do mean to sit down and watch it. But I've got to get around to doing it, really. When it says I've seen it live, JMJ was okay. Yeah, it was all right. And Andrew says I'd buy it. Of course you will. But again, Jean-Michel Jarre, I mean, it's all flash and bang, isn't it? Really, it's all light shows and spectacle. He puts on a good show, but I'm not sure about the musicality of it. That's why it was kind of fun to see Brian May do his bit, because wait, we've got some actual dog cam. We've got some dog cam. There we go. I snuck in there. Hello. How you doing? You all right? Yeah. We've been watching. Don't get ready for bed. Eh? Was you watching Herbie? What are you doing? You're thinking, can we get in a close up? Can we get a close up? There we go. So now you've got dog cam. Bjorn says, I think Let It Be will better than Get Back. More to the point. Yeah, it's an hour and a half as opposed to, I don't know, 9 hours. So it's a brief jaunt in comparison. Andrew says Laser Harp was interesting. Well, he's been using that since the 80s, hasn't he? He's been doing that since the 80s. He did that at Docklands. He did that in Houston, didn't he? Did he do it in China? Probably. But yeah, I was at the Docklands. Did you know that? I saw. Well, I didn't see him. I didn't see Jean-Michel Jarre, but we heard Jean-Michel Jarre at the Docklands because me and my mate Ian, this was when we was working at Woolworths, decided to just go there and stand outside. And the missus, I think we just started going out. Decided to come along, so we went to, I think it was Mansion House rail station, and we stood outside, and it's pissed down for the entire time, in the entirety of it. And then we I think all the trains had gone. We couldn't get a train back, so we had to walk it. And yeah, it was hilarity, but it rained a lot. But we heard it. We heard the concert. We saw some of the flashing lights, and because you couldn't get tickets sold out real quickly. So I can say I was at the Destination Docklands Jean-Michel Jarre gig. I wasn't actually at it. I was outside it. There you go. Bjorn says, dog cam, indeed. You have dog cam. There we go. I aim to please. I aim to please. Is anybody in? Gosh, 13 people in. I suppose that's middling now, isn't it? As soon as I've killed the channel. I've killed the channel. Oh no, what have I done? I've killed the channel. What's that in there? Is that a bit of dirt? Oh, maybe I poked myself. Yeah. Any more for any more? Anyone want to talk? What should we talk about? Give me a topic. We've done Jean-Michel Jarre, but yeah, for those of you who didn't see, Jean-Michel Jarre was playing in Bratislava at the Starmus thing. I'm not sure exactly what Starmus is. I don't know. I think it's got something to do with stars. But they often have gigs there. I think Eno did a gig there. Not there. He tours around. It's not always in Bratislava, I don't think. Anyway, so yeah, he opened the Starmus convention, and Brian May was a guest, and it was different. Brian May, I think you could see he was struggling because it was a bit out of his wheelhouse. He was. But yeah, it was good to see him do of all acts New World Symphony, or as we call it in the UK, the Ovis advert music. So yeah, it was jolly good wheeze, and even better that it was free on that there YouTubes, which is the best kind of YouTubes, isn't it? Andrew says David Sanborn has died, but guess what? I'm still here. You can take consolation that I'm still doing this gibberish. Aren't you all happy? No, just me then. But yeah, Sanborn was amazing. My favourite Bowie show is LA '74. Yeah. Oh well. But hey, I'm still here. Cyrus is in. He says, oi, 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 Savaloy. Yeah, Bernard Hill's got. Yeah, they're all dead, aren't they? Is this what we're doing? We're just doing dead people. Oh my god! I'll tell you who's dead. Gudrun Ur. Who? Supergran. Supergran herself. Now that's what you should be grieving. Yeah. Bjorn says, watched your stems videos. Does this mean I can get tracks for every instrument from a regular CD? No, but we could try it. Shall we try it? Shall we have a go? I'm trying to think what I could use. What could I use without invoking the wrath of the gods? Should we do it with a Genesis song? Shall we do it? Again, I'm trying to think what I can do. Bjorn is referring to a video on my other channel. Apple have released Logic Pro 11, which is a music software, Music DAW, digital audio workstation. It's what I use predominantly for my recording now. I've been using it for 10 years. And within it, they've got this thing called stem splitting. For those of you who don't know, the component parts of a recording is called a stem. You know, those individual tracks that you get in a multi-track mix, they call them stems. You call them tracks as well. Yeah. Anyway, this thing does multi-stemmed splitting. You go, what? Yeah, so what you do is you can put in a mono track or a stereo track, and you can run it through its algorithm, and it will pull out the drums, the vocals, the guitars, the bass, the keyboards, whatever, you know, and present them as 4 tracks. Now, shall we try it with a Genesis track? I'm gonna do it. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna be clever. We're only gonna play little bits, and it could be a fun little experiment. What do you reckon? I reckon it could be. So, but bear with me. I'm just going to move that over there and do that there, because this is improvised. None of this is planned. Bjorn didn't come in and say, Darren, can you do that? This is all on the fly stuff. So let me just get prepped. Let me get prepped for this. And what I'll do is I will go. I know what I'll do. I'll get one that's not well known. How about that? That sounds like a good idea. I'm going to do a Genesis track that's not very well known. Bear with me a minute. That's if I can find what I'm looking for. Here we go. How about that one? Yeah, okay. How about this one? Right, dragging this in. Right, what I've done here is I have dragged in to my DAW the single Happy the Man by Genesis. And we're just gonna, I think I might have to go and say goodnight to Herb in a minute. So let's be quick with this. Yeah, here we go. Here it is.
None with a gun.
Did you hear that?
I'm wonderful fun.
So that's the track. What we're going to do is we're going to split the stems. There's a thing here called stem splitter. and it gives me vocals, drums, bass, and other. So, boink. Oh, it's taken a bit of time with this one. Oh, there we go. So, have we got drums? No, we've got drums here. Right, so we should be able to isolate the drums. I don't think they'd copyright strike me for that, would they? But there you go. And is that the... Have we got bass guitar? I don't think there is much bass guitar. Here we go. Here. How cool is that? And so these must be the vocals. So...
He leads a simple life. It doesn't have much. It doesn't worry him where he going. Yeah, 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 nowhere.
So, yeah, you can...
It's a good man.
And that is my cue. So just have a look at some... well, what we can do this. Have a look at this. Look at that. Look. There you go. That'll keep you entertained. Oh. Was that my cue? Sorry, I have my headphones on. I was demonstrating splits from Genesis on my live stream. I'm back in the room. Here we go. Here we go, I'm back. So that was fun, wasn't it? I don't know if you want to do any more of that. But the idea is that you can listen to the stems and so what's this one? It says it's other. I wonder if it's guitars. It is. So fucked. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed that. Where are we? So yeah, basically you can pull everything apart and you can do that. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Shall I put it on my Patreon? Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to put the instrumental mix of Happy the Man that I'm going to do on my Patreon, right? And you can download it illegally. Anyway, where are we? Jordan asks, what is the latest musical instrument or bit of musical tech you acquired? Well, nothing this week. Nothing. Because I sold my little mini Strat that I showed you. I made a profit on that. That was nice. So I might start just buying bits of crap guitars, fixing them up and selling them. There's not much else. I replaced... I mean, it's not really tech, but I'll show you what. It's really not that interesting. But, this is one of the Alan Harwood guitars. This is probably the main, no, not the main, it's the second main Alan Harwood instrument. It's a PRS. And I got rid of the horrible discoloured pickup rings and got some ivory ones instead. But this is a tent top. whatever that means. You can't really see it in this light, but it's got a flame top. And Alan bought this because I got the receipt back in 1993, and it was a lot of money. And like I said, I've been trying to fall in love with it. I've been trying desperately to fall in love with PRSs. You know, I just can't find the love for them. You know. But you know, one day I'll fall in love with it. Honest. Andrew says it's Roger Daltrey's birthday today. There you go. Alex says, I didn't know about Supergran. Love that show. Mind you, she must have been a good age. Yeah, she was 98, which says she was a Supergran. You know. Sarah says, how have you been? Just recovered from everything before, during and after my sister's wedding. Oh, not too hungover, I hope. Robertson, he says, good evening. And Darren in chat, indeed. And Rion says, go for it, Genesis. And Andrew says, yes, turn it on again. And Jordan says, like what they did on the Revolver box set release. I've only listened to the streaming version. I need to explore that a bit more. Jordan has, I heard Roger was 80 the other day. And Andrew says, do Abacab. Oh, God. Andrew says, it sounds great. Everyone's doing birthdays. Bjorn says, that's way cool. I could really play with that program once I learn it. Well, it's not much to learn, really, because you just drop the file in and it just splits it, you know. And says, yeah, that's a great facility to have in a DAW. It is. And David says, what song is that? That's called Happy the Man by a band called Genesis. You may not have heard of them. They're little known. They didn't really do much in the 70s. They're very, very unknown band. Genesis, I think they're called. So yeah, you might want to keep an eye out for them. I mean, we can do others. You want to do? Somebody said do. Was it do? Abacab. No, Abacab. There's hardly anything to Abacab, is there? You want something complex, or at least a little bit. Oh, I know. I've got one. I know what we can do. We're doing obscure shit. We're doing obscure shit because I want to get copyright struck from a great height. Oh man, I'm in so much trouble. Look, send me money now. But that was good, wasn't it? We'll do another one. Let me just close that. Let's do a new. No, I'm in a new template. I don't want to save it. Shall I save it? No, I will save it because what we'll do is I'm going to create a new folder with Genesis instrumentals, and I might just put them on my Patreon. Instrumental mixes, and this is Happy the Man. Right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to be a little stinker. Look, everybody else fucking does it, so I'm going to be a stinker too, just like everybody else. Oh God, where would I find it? I can't remember. Here we go. Let me drag that in there. We're doing the obscure stuff in the hope that the algorithm won't hear it. This one is from 1977. It is Inside and Out. He said Inside and Out, and we'll see how fast it splits this one, eh? So I've loaded it in, and we'll just split it. I mean, it's really clever. It's really clever how it does it. You mean there are like websites that you can do this. You can upload music and split it into stems, but to have this feature in Logic Pro, it's just mwah. It really surprised me when it was announced last week. So we've got the drums, bass, and I guess guitars and keyboards again. So let's listen to the drums. Bass is a bit pony, but hey, this is cool. That's cool, isn't it? I wonder if you can. No, you can't split it any further. That's a shame, because if you could split that, yeah, you can. Ah, cool. Right, can I split that between? Other and other. I wonder if it can split it any further. I wonder if it can like draw the guitars or the keys. It's doing something to split. I wonder what it's done. No, I think it's just duplicated it. Okay, that's a shame. But anyway, this is, I guess, guitars and just, it's amazing just to hear the drums. There you go. Payne says, can you select to split a track with multiple instruments on it and split that further again? You can on other, not on this. It just seems to do vocals, bass, drums, and other. And other is usually keyboards and guitars. Now, there are services out there that allow you to split it further and will extract the guitars and the keyboards away from each other. But again, my experience with those is because the keyboards and the guitars are just, in terms of the frequency, are very close to each other, and so it's harder to pull about. It's easier to pull out the bass. It seems to be easier to pull out the drums. Again, I don't know if this is like using some sort of AI technology. I don't know how it works. It's like fucking magic. But I've been toying with this for ages. I mean, I don't know have I told you this story? I probably haven't told you this story, but I've been messing around with stem splitting for a good few years now. Because it has been around. It's been around for maybe about 3 or 4 years. But I'll tell you the story. I might even play you a bit of it. What the hell? I'm all in now. I'm all in. I'm going to just see if there's any copyright claims on this stream. Can they do it live in stream? I'm worried that I've been. No, all right so far. Phew, that's good. Phew. Let's hope nobody gets me. But a few years back, let me just save that. Close and save it. A few years back. And that was Inside and Out. A few years back, I was in contact with a guy who, I can't remember, Keith. Is it Keith Turner? He's the brains behind a band called Quasar, and I'm a big fan of their first album. It's kind of quaint. It's like the early neo prog. They were around before, they're kind of just before Genesis made it. They're kind of like a Yesy kind of band, and there's something about them. They've got a certain, I don't know, spirit about them that I quite enjoyed. But anyway, Keith Turner gave me one of their tracks to remix because I said, look, I'm quite interested in doing this, and he gave me one of the tracks. I've just got to try and find out where it is because I saved it on the hard drive, and you know what it's like. One has to find it on the hard drive. And that's the trick, isn't it? Maybe if I just search for Kaiser, it might be easier. There's a couple of them. Remix. When did I do the next one? I did another one. Was that the one? Music, Logic. Here we go. Here we go. Right. I'm just loading it in now. But anyway, the problem with the track was the lead singer, his vocals had been wiped partially off of one of the tracks. So some of the music was missing. And Keith said, look, see what you can do. And well, I thought, well, I'm not stupid. I can figure this out. And what I did is I got the vocals. I pulled them out of a stereo, of like a. I made as clear a recording I could of the album on vinyl, because the digital versions that are online are absolutely not very good. So I made a copy of it and cleaned it up, declicked it, and tried to get as neutral a copy as possible. And I fed it in to this website and pulled the vocals out, and then I dropped them into this, and we're gonna have a listen. He said, this will be fun. Hopefully Keith don't mind me demonstrating this. I've not asked his permission. This is just between me and you at the moment. So, but yeah, this is the track. Let me just. It's called UFO, and sounds like this. Now, the vocals, this vocal, like I said, didn't exist. It was pulled out using. But what I had to do is put it through lots of kind of reverb and tweak it to make it sound not as shit, because this was the early days. This was, like I said, I did this 3 years ago. This was done in 2021, and so. Yeah, I took these vocals out, and you can hear there's still a bit of transient stuff in there, and of course it's very different to the bits of vocal that weren't lost, like this. So try to follow us. So as you can hear, that's the actual. So you can hear there's a completely different style and vocals, and I think there's some lost bits at the back here which I extracted as well. So yeah, I remixed the track, and I don't think Keith liked it very much, so because I made it sound more like a production piece rather than again something he wanted to do. So it's a bit more, it's a bit more. Traveling far, going your way. You can aim higher than life, astral in mind, living your way. And I separated all the keyboards and that, and kind of made things a bit more spacious in the mix. The original was pretty locked in, and I just expanded everything. I made it a bit more, well, the way I'd mix it. I wasn't really sympathetic to Mr. Turner, because I thought, oh, I'm going to do it my way. And so, So yeah, that's what it sounds like. And then the keyboard, the bit is good at the end. I like the end bit. The end bit's pretty good. because it builds up. And again, this vocal I think was lost as well. And again, my mix is much better than the mix that is currently out there. I'll have to. Let's see if I can find the. Look, I'm fucked anyway. I've gone too far. I've gone too far. Let's see if I find Quasar here. Ooh, oh God, there's loads of people called Quasar. Albums, artists. I think that's. Nope, that ain't them. Artists. Quasar Music? Nope. God, there's a lot of bands called Quasar. Maybe that's them. Yeah, that's his them. The album's called Fire in the Sky. And it's UFO. And listen. No, that ain't a bit. Where's the bit that I... Is it flying? I think it's this one. Flying. Yeah. Whereas mine sounds a bit more like this. Yeah, it's a bit more. I've made it a bit more spacey, where that is a bit like. You see why he didn't like my mix? Yeah. Where mine's a bit more, a bit more. Bit wider, so yeah, so that's where I used stems before. There you go. So, but yeah, I gave him the track. I don't think he was that impressed with it. So that's what you're doing, it really. Oh dear. Pain. Oh, where was I? No, I've gone a bit wrong. Bjorn says 5 years from Bowie would be my first attempt. Andrew says, you could do a whole album of this. Indeed I could. Payne said, it was for educational purposes like Beto does. Indeed, I was educating you. And I am educating you. It's fascinating. You can hear how things are put together. Alex has got a record for £3 yesterday. Gold Avatar, Change of Heart. Looks a bit prog because I got it. Never heard of it. Haven't listened to it yet. Have you heard of it? Nope. Jordan says, you could do it backwards. Yeah. And Payne says, nice PRS indeed. Jordan says, I bought the basic PRS SC24 on eBay a couple of years ago. It's really great. Kind of compromise between a Strat and a Les Paul. Yeah, it is. They are, the neck is very Les Paulish. But this one is it's odd because it's got a twister. It's got a knob. It's not a flicker, it's a twister. And I think it's got like a coil split or something. There's some weird thing going on there because when you put it in I guess it'd be the second and fourth position. 5 and 1 would be bridge and neck. So I'll get it right. Bridge and neck. That'd be 1. That'd be 5. 3 would be in the middle. So 2 and 4. They sound like that they're coil split or tapped or whatever. It's a funny instrument. And I can't really I don't know. It just sounds like nothing. It sounds like nothing I've known. It's an odd one, but it's a beautiful guitar. It's got sun and moon, mother of pearl and abalone inlays, which are just they sparkle. And but it's the second oldest guitar in the collection. There's that and the Gretsch from '65, which is like a George Harrison style Gretsch, which I've kept, and there's also a Parker Fly as well. Again, these are three guitars that I'm not a big fan of, but because they're the oldest, I thought they're the ones I'll keep. So there you go. Andrew says, can you redo Dark Side of the Moon? What, the 51st anniversary edition? David says, love Genesis, but I've never heard of Happy the Man. Well, Jordan says, Spot the Pigeon. Yeah, that's off the Spot the Pigeon EP. Andrew says, the one where Darren splits the atom, indeed. Jordan Hill says, Hack It. Well, you want some Hack It? We could do Hack It. Simon says, this might be helpful for those who want to do non-monetizable videos of them doing covers of the song with the original instrumental. Yeah, I could warble all over Genesis. Imagine me doing that. Imagine me. Or I could remove Nad Sylvan's vocals and put myself on. What do you reckon? I hope now a whole can of worms there. Jordan says, I found half of the first Julio's full 16-track MOG file online. I don't know what a MOG file is. Is it like a WAV file? I think there's a lot of stuff out there. I mean, I've got a whole folder. I mean, I've got a lot of Yes stuff. I've got some Gabriel, because Gabriel used to put out stuff for remixing competitions. I kind of collected a few of those. But yeah, I've got the Yes album and Fragile. I got a lot of the stems from that, and I did do a few. Again, there's not much to it because they were recorded on, I think they were recorded on 8-track, and a couple of bits are bounced down, so there's not much to mix. When Stephen Wilson does his mix, he just lays it out. He's got 8 tracks and he just goes presses burn and goes and gets a cup of tea. There's not much to what he does, but whereas with the Quasar UFO track there, I'm tweaking, I'm altering EQ, I'm adding a little bit of reverb, compression, I'm trying to lift stuff out. I'm bringing my ears to the thing. I'm not doing it flat. There is a flat mix of this. I did a flat mix as well, which is completely. It's completely different. I did 2 mixes for him to listen to, just in case he didn't like my version. I went, well, here's the flat mix, where it's just like laid flat with none of the processing or EQ. It's just like, there you go. But I tried to do something different because that's what I thought would be a good thing to do. Renault says Studio One has split also. I don't use Studio One, so. But that's interesting to know. Or Jordan says, I wish Reason would introduce this facility. People still use Reason? My God, I remember I used to write tutorials for a Reason magazine back 2003, 2004 when I was a freelance writer. I used to know Reason inside out. I used to give hints and tips on how to do drum patterns and how to use reverb and backwards reverb and gated reverb and all this stuff. Reverbs and delays and stuff. Those were the days. Andrew says that sounds nice indeed. And Andrew likes early Genesis. And Cyrus says, how about doing all the vocals for Fly From Here? You can fly, you can fly from here. Jordan says, Mogfly splits separate tracks in your door, allowing it to be remixed. Oh, I see. Yeah, I think I've heard of those. I think I've seen them around, but I've never bothered to download them because I thought that was a different audio format. I was getting the naked WAV files. And Jordan says, Reason is releasing version 13 next month. Oh my God, it's been that long, is it? It's been such a long time. I think I've got an active account on Reason. Like, I've often thought about using one of the upgrade paths and getting back into it, but I'm kind of so stuck into Logic But I'm kind of all the way in now. I'm all the way in, but you know, this is what we do. But yeah, I am now in a lot of trouble. Will you visit me when they send me to prison? I'm too pretty to go to prison. All the men will want me. So yeah, it's going to be, that's it now. My career is over. Not that I ever had one. Please like and subscribe. If I had as many like subs and views as Rick Beato, I'd be able to do exactly what I wanted. But I'm no one, and I can't do what I want. I'd pull these Genesis songs apart for you. I would, if you wanted me to. If you wanted me to, we could do that. But yeah, it's a handy little thing, and I did a video on my other channel, just showing how I used it, because back in the day, when I started recording, I had a 4-track, and I used to bounce stuff down. So on a 4-track, you have 4 tracks, but of course they get used up pretty quickly. So what you do is you put your drums on one track, your bass on another, and your rhythm guitar, and then you kind of mix them together and you bounce them down onto the 4th track, and then you wipe those, and then you add, I don't know, lead guitar, vocals, maybe backing vocals or keyboard, and that's how you do your mix, with the drums, bass and rhythm guitar on one mono track. And using this, I did a little video where I go in and I pull the drums, the bass and the rhythm guitar out and separate them, and kind of do like a modern mix of it. It is a bit like polishing a turd, because it wasn't very well recorded. It's not the Beatles, Abbey Road or EMI recording studios, depending on what year they were recording, but it certainly gives me the impetus to go back and try and pull those tracks apart. So it's, again, as a free upgrade, I just thought it was an amazing piece to do, because I was using, again, I can't remember the bloody title of it now. Again, you can do this. You don't need the software. And stem splitter website. I can't remember the name of it. Oh, this is it. La AI. Okay, and yeah, it's this website here, and this is I've paid for a subscription. I've got 344 minutes left. Well, I won't need that anymore. And yeah, maybe we can. No, where at? Can I drop it in? No. So I've got to find. Let me just go back to that, because you don't want to see me digging through my folders. What did we just look at? Ah, that was it. Inside and out. I've got to find the file again. Inside and out. On the Lacey. Genesis. Inside and out. Can I find it? I'm doing a really bad job of this, because I don't know where I'm looking. I'm looking in the wrong place. Why don't you just go to the folder? It would be a lot easier. I'll be with you in a minute. I've got to go through this and find that, and we can compare one over the other. I'm actually creating another bloody video here. Here we go. Is that it? No, that's the wrong one. That's the track. Here we go. Can I drag that in there? Yes, here we go. Here we go. So it's dragging it in there, and it's uploading it, and it's splitting it. I've got to turn it to that desktop, because you won't get the audio otherwise. and it's doing its business and generating previews, so we can actually preview the track. You don't have to like download it. When you download it, it takes some time off of your account, so we can just listen to what this does now. And it's taken, there's the vocal and there's the instrumental track. So God, I've forgotten how to use this. Do we want that, or which one? How do we play it? Play.
Seems they're letting.
So you can hear that. That's good. But if you want to extract, you got again. You can take it even further. Don't know if you can see that. Sorry. You can get the bass out. So say we wanted bass, and no, let's just take the acoustic guitar out. Create new previews. Again, it's a bit of a hokey way of doing things because it doesn't just split them into. You have to select what you want to, what instruments you want. And so now we've got the acoustic guitar. And then we can mute that, and this is with you.
It's the same old story.
So you can do that. Again, because of where it only gives you like a preview of the first like minute, it doesn't give you the whole song. So it's a real complicated way of doing things. Not like the software where you can just split everything. You've got more power, but it just takes a long time because you just find yourself splitting and splitting and splitting and splitting. But that's how it's done. So yeah, that's one place that you can go, but it costs money. You have to pay. I paid, and I've got some minutes, but yeah, I don't need it anymore. Jordan says you can use Reason Rack as a VST and Logic. Yes, I'm aware of that, yeah. Missing says, Talking Heads, happy birthday to David Byrne. Okay, is this a birthday request show now, is it? Okay, fair enough. We can adapt. Jordan says, I still have my TIAC 144 Porter Studio. I also had a Fostex A8 quarter 8-track reel to reel. Blimey, that's some gear. I could only dream of such stuff. Andrew asked, Darren, have you ever thought of being a studio engineer as a job? I've applied. I've never heard anything back from them. Thanks for asking. No, I mean, I've applied for jobs in like trainee engineers jobs. I've applied for audio archivist jobs. But nah. But it's because I didn't get a degree in music. You kind of got to get either an engineering degree or there are now also specific degrees for this. Whereas I'm somebody that's just learned at home, So I just got these working, and self-taught. So nobody likes self-taught, and that's how I do my mixing. It started with a 4-track, and again, those recordings, I've got fuck knows how many recordings. Oh God! Back then, for every song that you hear, there's probably another 5-10 bits and bobs that you don't hear because it's absolutely awful. Because I'm in the unique position of recording almost everything. I practiced and recorded my practice in the hope that there might be a song in it. And so there's this horrible digital archive of vast swathes of sludge. And one day maybe I'll pick through it and maybe there's something I can use, but I don't think so. So yeah, that's how I learned. Not only did I learn how to play, I'm still learning how to play, but I also learned how to record. And even with like the 4-track, I started to develop because I wanted a more kind of a studio sound, I started bouncing in stereo pairs. Now that was interesting, because if you bounce in stereo pairs, you can get a bit of a wider mix on a 4-track. I did a few tracks like that. But I was also recording like drums and bass, at the same time, and then guitar, and then but it was mainly instrumental pieces, because by the time you got to lay the vocals down, everything was kind of a little bit smushed. And then computers came along, and I did have a little break from recording because I was kind of waiting for computers to catch up. And then it must have been about 97-ish, 98-ish, computers got smart enough. Or at least the audio cards got smart enough to do multi-track recording in your computer, and it was a lot cheaper than buying an 8-track. In those days, an 8-track would have been, blimey, over 1,200 quid. The ones I saw anyway. And you could get an audio card and the software for your computer for like 250, 200, 250. And that's the route I took. So, and I've been pissing around ever since. So thanks for asking. Jordan says, it's more fun as a hobby. Yeah, well, it's just something doing it. It keeps me off the streets. And Cyrus says, at least some companies hire people based on how talented they are, even if they don't have a degree. Well, I've got a degree. It's just not in music. My degree is in information management and publishing. I am a trained journalist, for Christ's sake. I learnt on the job. I went on courses, legal courses, in copyright and in publishing law, within the various companies I've worked for. Here's a tip for anyone starting out. If you're offered a course, no matter what it is, take it. Free education is a gift. Even if you think it's stuffy and rubbish, take it. Whenever I was offered a course to do at work, I took it. Even if I knew the subject, I took it. And I did it, and it's always good, even if you're having a refresher. And my degree is really, really good. It was a really good practical degree, because we covered all sorts of stuff about publishing, not just desktop publishing, and publishing, editorial processes, and the things that go into making a magazine. I had all this skill set because we looked at all that. We also covered electronic publishing, the very early days of electronic publishing, CD-ROMs and all that kind of stuff. But there was also the whole legal side of it, from, like I say, copyright and defamation, all sorts of things. It was a really good degree, and it's a shame that it wasn't officially recognised, but I thought it was the degree I wanted to do. It's better than having an English degree where you just read books. I actually had a degree that that was practical, that was vocational. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. So there you go. So yeah, anyway, hopefully everyone has enjoyed the education. Have you all been educated tonight? If you've been educated, please leave a thumbs up, or not. However you feel, just do what you got to do. I won't hold it against you. But yeah, so I imagine that this live stream will be going to get me into a lot of trouble. So, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine, won't it? It'll be fine. And just, yeah, we can do it all indeed. We do it all, do it. How they do it all, won't somebody tell? If only we knew it. Do it all, do it. We'll be doing it as well. There you go. A little advert break from yesteryear. So, what should we talk about now? Any more birthdays we need to cover? Famous birthdays. Why not? Any more for any more? What should we talk about now? We've got 16 people in. Blimey, I really have killed this live stream. I've killed it good. I've killed it good. I did a good job. What was my peak audience? Oh God, it was over 50, wasn't it? I think we might have got into our 60s once. Cyrus says, any remixes of albums you want to do with any of these methods? Not really. I'm not remixing other people's recordings. I'm only doing it for you to demonstrate what you can do. I was just going to use it on my own stuff. But no, I mean, I'm quite up for creating instrumental versions of Genesis tracks and putting them on my Patreon, just to just to really annoy everybody, just to get myself in a maximum of bother. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? I got it set to bloody mate. I've got it set to automatic, haven't I? Well, that's weird. Oh, that's better. I don't know, maybe I should remix that band's albums. What do you reckon? Remove the featured artist. I can redo IO. I don't know about that. I could strip some of it away, but no, I mean, I haven't really thought about it. I was just toying with it today because it launched yesterday, and I was really tired and I fell asleep because I was going to mess around with some stuff last night, but I fell asleep. I had to go to bed because it happens when you get old. So today I fired it up and I was just messing around with my own stuff, just playing around with it. But I've not really thought. Again, there's not a lot you can do unless you, like I say, really pull these things apart. If you've got access to, all the, if you got your drums, right, fine, you got your bass, that's one part, but the stereo area, that's usually your guitars and keyboards. I mean, I could try and drag that out of there and pull it into that website, La 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 or whatever it's called, and pull the guitars out and really pull this stuff apart, and then remix it. I wouldn't mind doing it with Genesis just for a laugh because they're a band that I love dearly, and it might be fun just to come at it from a different angle and put the just move things around, just open it up a bit further, and I mean, it might be fun to do that with the. I listened to Invisible Touch last night on Dog Walk. God, that's a good album. It might be fun to do it with something like Invisible Touch, just to, add a more organic sound to it. See if you can take some of that digital edge off. Now that might be a challenge. I don't know how you do that without re-recording stuff, but with maybe a little bit of use of chorus, a little bit of EQ, reverb maybe. Again, it all depends. You might be able to just take that glassiness out of the production. But again, it was the 80s. All the albums sounded like that back then. That's the problem with 80s sound production, is you go from this very kind of rounded organic sound that you get from the late 70s, early 80s when they're into 48 track recording, and then you go into the into the 80s and the advent of the CD, and everything becomes very crystalline and very clean and very clear, and it's like too clean and too clear, and there's no air moving. It's like it almost exists in a vacuum. And then you come out the other side into the 90s, and everything's gone back to being organic again. It's just this really strange period, It's just really odd. And you hear an 80s album, you go, that's an 80s album. Even albums that are not necessarily high with synthesizers or whatnot, and even rock albums. I mean, go and listen to, God, what was it? Def Leppard's album. The one that had all the hits on. That I remember getting that on cassette when it came out, and it was so exhausting to listen to because everything was like, and just so in your face, But there you go. Jordan says, "Can you have a shot of the dog?" No, she's gone. She gone now. She gone. But again, we do. Oh, where's the camera? Where did I put the camera? We do have an emergency. We have a stand-in. We have this little chap instead. There you go. Oh look, there's Ferry. What are you doing hiding there? What are you doing there? The Council of Yoshis are not approving. Ferry, what are you doing? Why are you stuck down there, Ferry? Get out. Get out. But yeah, we do have little doggy there. There you go. There you go. My desk is full of crap. It's a bit of a mess. But then, if it wasn't, I wouldn't be able to do that, would I? I mean, how many other people do you know could just do that? You can't do that. What's that? A wild rabbit's just run across the screen? See? It's what you come here for. Oh, can't do it. It's too loud. Ferry's got an exam in the morning. Whoops. And remember, it's your birthday. But what we all know is these are my props. Andrew says, "Wish they'd redo Calling All Stations album." Well, the production on that's fine. You mean you want them to do AI Phil Collins and put AI Phil Collins on it instead of Ray Wilson? The production on that's fine. Rene says, "We, the Dutch, were disqualified from Eurovision porn song contest. What a joke that was." Well, he was a bit cheeky, wasn't he? Didn't he verbally assault one of the production people or something? He looked like Jimmy Savile anyway, didn't he? What was the song called? Now Then, Now Then. But look, Eurovision is an awful thing. It's no longer about a little bit of camp fun and music. It's about highly political messages. But hey, Israel came fifth and beat the Irish, and that's all that's important. That's all that's important, isn't it? Just, isn't it? Just, God, that annoyed so many people. But no, I mean, again, Eurovision. Look, I like the EBU because the EBU do the New Year's Day concerts and also do the summer concert that's coming. I like the classical music they do. Fantastic. So I'm going to forgive them for Eurovision, and I think again in its time, it was. I think the spirit of fun has kind of lost, especially this one that's gone. Because there was so much political posturing, about. Or was it Hamas? They're all pro Hamas, weren't they? But and it's a shame that it's not doing. Was it Bing a Bong, Bing a Boo? The old songs, the classics. But everything's got to be political. Everything's got to be miserable, and everyone's got to get their bits out. Did you see that guy whose cock fell out of his codpiece? I can't remember what country he was from, but Thoughts on the movie Eurovision Song Contest? I've not seen it, Cyrus. It's supposed to be a comedy, isn't it? How can you make a comedy about the Eurovision Song Contest, which is the biggest comedy itself? But it used to be camp. It used to be a fun, a night of just turning your brain off. And I think it peaked when Ukraine won, back in 2020, whenever it was. When was it now? 23? Yeah. Andrew says, watch that programme on ABBA. Jules says, boom, bang, a bang. Exactly. Bing, bong, a boo. That was the problem, isn't it? Yeah. When it comes to Eurovision, Doctor Who was on. Then there was Eurovision. I don't know, Doctor Who, Eurovision. And I should have been making my mind up. It was a terrible, terrible attempt at humour. Ah dear. But yeah, the one where we discussed Eurovision and didn't play any copyright music whatsoever. That is the title of this one. Indeed. Indeed it is. Indeed. Oh man. Ding a dong. Yeah, that was what we saw. That guy fell out of that guy's shorts. It was his ding a dong. Yeah, not good. Jordan Hill says, what do you think of the new Doctor Who Beatles episode? Well, I did a review, so go and watch that. And then I did a follow-up to the review. My advice is to don't think about it. Don't think about it. If you think about it, it doesn't work. None of it works. So just turn your brain off. Pretend you're the audience for which it is aimed, i.e. not you, and you'll be just fine. Andrew says, right time for bed. For a cuppa. Yeah. Well, it's getting there. I started a little bit late. Wait a minute, I've got a sneeze coming on. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's I was a bit late starting, so I think I've got another 8 minutes to go. Not that anybody ever watches this afterwards, but now, oh God, I have to edit out all the music, because what you do is when they do get you with a copyright claim, it's not a strike. You very rarely get copyright strikes now, but it'll be a claim, and I don't mind. I'll just let it run because I don't make money on this anyway. This is live. I don't make money on live streams because nobody watches them, but I'll just let it run. I mean, I could just do a whole series. Let's do a whole series. Do you think everyone will love me if I did a whole Genesis instrumental series on YouTube? Do you think everyone would love me? Because I need your affirmation. But again, it's a real shame because the way the copyright system works. Copyright things being transformative, educational, you should get leeway, even if you turn adverts off. I mean, I wouldn't try and earn money on it because that would be immoral, but you should be able to create new works educationally, if you know what I mean. So if I was showing you how these songs fitted together, like Beto does, you should be able to do that. But again, it's all right for Beto because he's got the big audience, so he can do that and then say, and I've got a new course that you can sign up for. I haven't got a course for you to sign up for. I've got nothing. I've got nothing. Haven't you worked it out yet? I've got nothing going for me. So I just have to stand here and do the dancing monkey act in the hope that you'll throw your coppers at me. But yeah, if you've got a big audience and a big subscription base, you can kind of get away with a bit more than the little people. But yeah, if they do a copyright claim, they'll get the shiny magic pennies that will be generated by this video. Alternatively, you can go in and you can just edit it out auto magically. You can edit out the clips that break copyright. So if you're watching this and you're going, why does it none of this make sense? That's because this is one of my live streams, and not because loads of it have been edited out at a later date automagically because of a copyright claim. These things happen, innit? Rene says, it was England, right? The guy who showed his ding-a-dong? No, it wasn't England. No. It was one of you foreigners, wasn't it? You bloody foreigners. Eurovision flasher. No, I've got the wrong one. Oh no, it's last year. I'm at 2024. God, I remember reading this article about this. Nope. Eurovision 2024 exposure. There we go. It was Finland, but I can't show it to you because this video is unavailable. See. So yeah, that was Finland's Windows 95 man. He did what now? Now I know his name. Maybe we can get a picture. Here you go. Now this is going to send you to bed with nightmares. There you go. Nobody wants to see that. And apparently when he was dancing around, his old man fell out the side. Nobody wants to see that. I think it needs banning. I really do. This live stream's finished. You do know that. I'm done. It's all over. I'm going to get cancelled again. What, cancelled again, Darren? But yeah, they haven't got any pictures of his actual little chap popping out for some fresh air. Thank God. But yeah, it was Finland, everyone. Finland. I've lowered the tone. Now. Oh dear. Who would have thought it, eh? Any more for any more? You got 2 minutes to make your comment because I'm going to be off. Remember, oh, Rene says smiley. Remember, if you could really like and subscribe. I don't care, but YouTube does. All right. And I know. Look, I know you guys. I know hundreds of you watch this. At least 100 of you watch this, but you never hit the like button. Come on, just do it for me. Just this once. Come on, do it for an old man who hasn't got long left on this world. I don't ask for much. Just thinking about all the things I could ask for other than you to press the like button, but I'm not going to go there. It's not about monetary gain, it's not about fast cars, hot women, a full head of hair. No, it's not about that. It's about you showing your appreciation for this gibberish that I do every Tuesday night. And yeah, that's it. I think I've have a good night's sleep. Never, never, never. I'm never sleeping again. This is it. We got 20 seconds left. So anyway, thank you for watching. That was a live stream. Hope you've been educated and entertained and informed all at once. And we'll do this all again soon. Remember, folks, if you can't be good, be safe. But more importantly, don't tell your mother. No, no.